I would have understood, though I would still condemn it and call it absolutely criminal, but I would have understood if an Israeli ship was being attacked because the Houthis did not like the Israelis. The problem is they're attacking every ship. They're attacking every ship. So what does America do? America forms a coalition, and very soon America and the UK together, because they have aircraft carriers and they have assets, they start bombing Houthi positions. And this war goes out of control. This is exactly what China wanted, and America is playing, exactly as per China's playbook. America will get involved in a larger confrontation because Joe Biden actually called up the Iranians. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that threats were exchanged. That is what social media is saying. When I'm saying I'm not sure, it means that I cannot corroborate the news. There is no, from my side, I cannot quote a certain news story saying that, these kind of words were exchanged. I cannot do that. But as a matter of fact, Joe Biden did speak to the Iranians. And social media says that he communicated America's tough stand because Joe Biden told them, as per social media reports, that, we know that you guys are behind all this and you will suffer. So let us say this war spreads from Israel, Hamas to Yemen, Syria, and goes all the way to Iran. Suddenly the Middle East is up in flames and America is involved in 3 wars and have been converging for over 3 decades now. More, but yes, certainly for the past 3 decades, especially economic interests. Everything that America uses, or almost everything that America uses, is manufactured in China. And most of China's money comes from trade with America. Most of China's technology is stolen from America. I mean, without America, there is no China, and without China, there is no America. That is the kind of love-hate relationship that they both have. Now, what is happening in the larger geopolitical context, ladies and gentlemen? Both these countries do not want to fight with each other. America does not want a war with China, and China certainly does not want a war with America. But both are not averse to using third parties to wage war. In strategic terms, we call this culpable deniability. So here is a scenario. China will use Iran, China will use North Korea, China will use Pakistan. But in the context of the Middle East and in the context of West Asia, as we in India like to call it, now there are various challenges for Trump. Actually, if Trump becomes the president, right, he needs to, and this is advice from a person who's living thousands of kilometers away, he needs to watch his mouth. Trump talks too much. And I wish him all the best, and I hope that if he wants to become the president, God bless him, and if he can get the votes, why not? If the Americans want him as the president, why not? He talks too much. He upsets his allies. He spoke nonsense about the Japanese, and the Japanese are the Americans' closest friends after the Second World War. He will speak nonsense about his European allies, people who are closest to him, people who will follow him into war. Trump will speak nonsense about the Israelis. He also spoke nonsense about the Indians. So I think Trump needs to watch out for that. And then he made fun of Vivek Ramaswamy's accent. That's okay. You can make fun of his accent. A lot of people make fun of Donald Trump's accent. But I think one thing Donald Trump can learn from Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he can learn a lot of class and sophistication from Vivek. Vivek is a guy who comes across as extremely literate, balanced, and mature. Trump comes across as a redneck with money. Well, Trump may have got the popular vote, but the Americans would have been better served with Vivek. And I'm not saying that because I'm an Indian and he's Indian origin. He was born in the US, and his loyalties will be with the United States of America, and that's fine. That's fine. All I'm trying to say is that, Trump's entire thing is that they are out to get me, they're out to get you, there is a conspiracy, and let's do this and let's do that. All right? You need a mature hand because the world is crashing into chaos right now. There's the Russia-Ukraine war, there is the Israel-Hamas war, there is something with Iran that is brewing very fast. And the United States is already involved in another conflict in the Middle East. It's already there. Fighter jets have taken off from their aircraft carriers and bomb Houthi locations. The American president has, for whatever it is worth, threatened Iran. So things will spiral out of control, and you need a guy who's steady. But above all, If America is the world's sole economic and military superpower, I think America needs a guy at the helm. It could be Trump, it could be, I don't know, Biden, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But you need a person who can remind the world, that America is the superpower. The way these guys left Afghanistan, extremely shameful. He visited Turkey recently. Along with the China visit, he visited Turkey, and the first thing that he did was he must have asked for drones and all that. So now he's getting those drones, and which is okay. He's entitled. Maldives is a sovereign country. They're entitled to their drones. But Maldives is now taking a path towards weaponization. They think that resorts and five-star hotels and tourism can feed this frenzy. No, it cannot. To feed your frenzy of weapons, to feed your insatiable desire for advanced weaponry, anything, you need a massive industrial base. You can't do it by 10 resorts and 15 five-star hotels. It can't be done, right? Now, so ladies and gentlemen, the next news is that, the global military ranking has been released. And this global military ranking says that, the United States is the most powerful military in the world. No surprises there. Followed by Russia. So China does not figure in the top 2. Followed by Russia at number 2, followed by China at number 3, followed by India at number 4. So the gap between India and China is not so much. India in the past 10 years has developed its indigenous capabilities by leaps and bounds. We still have a long, long way to go. We are nowhere there yet, but we're doing it, and we stand at number 4. This is a very intelligent guy. I'm talking about Vivek Ramaswamy. It is his Indian genes. I'm telling you, this is Indian DNA speaking. He knows how to deal with situations. He knows that, okay, he can't beat Trump. But he's always been a Trump supporter, even when he did not know that he could not beat Trump. He was always a Trump supporter. He was always saying that, I believe in Donald Trump. I believe he's been the greatest president in this century. Vivek Ramaswamy has been saying it again and again. He's not just said it now. He said it in the past. He has never been critical of Trump. He's a hardcore Trump supporter. And when he realized that, he would cut Trump's votes. And Trump also mentioned that he was surprised. He said, Vivek is doing well. I don't know why he pulled out. And I'll tell you why Vivek pulled out. Even when the Colorado Supreme Court ruled against Donald Trump, it was Vivek Ramaswamy who said, I'm also not going to fight elections from that particular seat or that particular state unless, they remove this ruling against Trump. A lot of people said, this guy is loyal. You see, everybody can be faithful when the going is good. You know your true friends when the going is bad. And when the Supreme Court of Colorado ruled against Donald Trump, there was only one guy in the Republican Party who was in the race. So DeSantis was there, and Nikki Haley was there, and this other guy was there, right? But Vivek Ramaswamy is the only one who stood up for Trump and said, no, I believe in Trump. It is stupid of America and the Western powers to think that, these guys can't take care of China. Yaar. These guys can't take care of China, and they want to take care of, when I say take care of, I mean fight. I mean fight. Do you think that the West is capable of fighting China and Russia together? It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Plus the fact that the West does not like body bags coming back. There is public reaction. The Chinese never discussed their own body bags. They lost so many soldiers in Galwan. They never discussed. They just said only 4 died. The fact of the matter is more than 60, 70 died in Galwan. Chinese soldiers I'm talking about. But they refuse to accept. Russia has lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers, according to some sources, in the Ukrainian battle, with the war with Ukraine. But does anybody care? No, they'll go on fighting. If 1/10 of these numbers had been American soldiers, somebody would have gone ahead and called for the impeachment of the president, because their human lives matter. Here, they don't care. They'll just keep on fighting. How do you think you can fight Russia and China together? It's going to be extremely difficult. And that is putting India in a tough spot, by the way, because we are friends with the Russians, right? And India will never, ever support a coalition which is against Russia. You want to smash China? Be our guest. We don't care. We'll probably help you there. But when it comes to Russia, these are old friendships.